Before we begin this video, we here at Sleepy Bear Games do not condone the piracy of modern or currently still in print video games. However, given the recent news about the PlayStation 3 store, along with the PSP and Vita digital store shuttering, if that's even the right term for a digital store, I'd say it's open season on that bitch. Closing the digital stores on these systems, there's just no excusing it. It's not a storage issue because you can re-download your games, although who knows how long you'll be able to do that. The only way this is remotely okay is if the entirety of the storefront was moved to the PS5. Come on. We all know that's not going to happen. They would have announced that first if that were the case. Plus, this is Sony Interactive Entertainment we're talking about here. Run by who? Jim Ryan. A man who notoriously went to an event where they were playing Gran Turismo. He saw the PS1 versions of the game running and was like, why would anybody play these? Gran Turismo is a horrible example. They're all the same game, just with graphical upgrades. You collect cars, you race. There's no story, no characters to develop, no unique world to explore. Take this game for example, Suikoden 2. In a series of 5 games across 2 generations, the second is considered by far the best. It also has features that weren't seen in newer titles. The Suikoden revival movement was instrumental in getting it on the PS3 store. It was the only way you could officially play it, unless you owned a rare copy of it that still goes for an insane amount of money on eBay. Or just pirate it. Fuck it. Yep, just pirate it. We'll be saying that about a lot of games on the PS3 storefront. Just pirate it. PS3 emulation is coming along, and I feel this news will only accelerate that. Where is George Hotz when you need him? Hell, up until a few years ago, you could only play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the old PS3 hardware. With a Jim Ryan frame of mind, you would probably say, why not play the newest version of that series, Infinite? Because Infinite sucks. Newer does not mean better. To give a mind-blowing fact about how much this sucks, for the first time in 25 years, the original Resident Evil trilogy will be out of print. Of course, the first 3 games have been remade, but I would argue there's still a place for the originals, especially RE3 Nemesis, because the remake of that game gutted it to hell. And of course, that was only a reality a few years ago. No such luck for many other beloved classics. Many PS3 exclusives will disappear as well. So we know Sony doesn't really care about what we think about game preservation. So, let's talk capitalism. Not one of us here at Sleepy Bear Games has upgraded to a PS5. Not one of us is interested in upgrading to a PS5. Why? Well, for one, you can't find them right now. 2, I believe there's only one next-gen exclusive game for it. And that's a remake of a PS3 game, ironically. Any game that's been released over the last 8 months is available on PS4 generation hardware. But now, here is the biggest thing. Why would I buy your new system and any games digitally on it if there's no guarantee they will be available in the future to me? How does closing the PS3, Vita, and PSP stores instill confidence in me to keep going? Microsoft has no trouble preserving their old storefronts. Hell, if they announce the same news that at the Xbox 360 storefront is closing on 360 systems, no one would bat an eye. Why? Because it's available on their current hardware. Because you don't have to buy your games more than once to play them on the current hardware. Steam has been around almost 20 years, and most of their games are still available on the storefront since the very beginning. They seem to not be having any trouble with infrastructure. Look, I know it boils down to this. The PS3 was a convoluted and clusterfuck of a system that was extremely difficult for anyone to develop for. Because of that, yes, it is difficult to preserve a lot of the games from that era and even before that. However, people not a part of a billion-dollar corporation are figuring it out. Random assholes in their basement with hella programming skills are figuring this out. Why can't you? Allowing PS4 backwards compatibility on the PS5 is a step in the right direction, but you took that left turn at Albuquerque 2,000 miles ago. You can only rest on your exclusives for so long. And for me, if an exclusive like FF7 Remake gets announced for PC, bye Felicia. I see no reason to get a PS5 at this time, and this news does nothing to change my mind.
Hoorah!